Hello guys and welcome back to Small World of Tanks. Today we're going out in a couple games in the Dreadnought. Now this thing is very fun and quite OP, especially, I mean, it's competitive. To say how much it's an OP tank, you have to say that it's competitive when and it can hold its own when it's 2 tiers down. Its damage per shot is competitive with tier 9s, so that's how good it is. Obviously against two tanks two tiers down, they just got no real chance. But it does have its weaknesses. So it's not totally OP like maybe like some tanks that we've had recently. It has some weaknesses, so I'll go through those ones. Obviously, it's not got the best armor, so obviously against tanks 2 tiers higher, it's got no armor. It's also quite hard to hide because it's got there we go, one shot, pretty much taken that guy out in one shot. Now obviously it's quite a hard tank to hide because it's so tall. Quite often you'd be like, oh, I'm hiding behind a rock, and actually you're exposing a bit of your tall turret. And the devastatingly long reload. You have to go with your team. You have to have support, else even like a couple of tier 5 mediums will, there we go, one shot popped his head there we go. That's basically 2 tanks taken out in 2 shots. That's how OP this thing is. But like I said, it does have its weaknesses. If you don't have any support, and even if you're facing two tanks 2 tiers down, you know, you might be able to take off 3/4 of their health, but if they know what they're doing, they know what your reload is like, they can just destroy you before you get a chance to reload and fire a second shot. So you do have to go with your team, and now obviously that can be problematic. I do make a couple of mistakes here. I do push forward a bit too much in the hope that my team will follow me and support me, but yeah, they actually just hang back, which obviously is a problem, quite a big problem in this game. Teams are very unpredictable and don't really play to any advantage. Now obviously the artillery is facing this way, and we've got a big problem with that. Now, that was quite a lucky shot. Didn't fully aim it in. He didn't have much health left. And then we get surrounded by this light tank. And our team is just... this guy's not doing amazingly well. But these guys are failing to hit him. They track him in place. There we go. Finish him off. Once he's stationary, it's just... you know, if I hit him, he's gone, right? Obviously, with... a good crew and the food put in, reload isn't, you know, horrendous. Well, it's still pretty bad, but you know, it's a damn sight near better than if you didn't have a good crew or food in. So we're pushing up, right? We're winning this side. I know that I'm top tier in this game, so I'm pushing out because I know I can do some real damage. And we got that light tank to the side of this guy. And now he fluffed his shot. He's out of options. He's got very little health left, which is unfortunate. So I wasted that shot. I'm thinking of getting that hammer could really do me some serious damage, but he's not concentrating me at the slightest. So I'm just hoping that by the time I reload, I'm going to be able to put a nice shot into him. And we do. Absolutely devastating shot into him. That's almost all of his health gone. But now... but he's still making quick work of these other tanks. The hammer is a very good tank at tier 7, but side on to a dreadnought, yeah, you got no chance. So we've taken out another guy. We're at just about 3,000 combined damage at this point, and pretty much the enemy is completely wiped out. Now obviously I wouldn't say it's definitely all down to us. On the other flank they were doing quite well. But I managed to take a lot of these guys out. Let's Absolution is like, I don't know what he's guessing is running away. Not sure that's a good idea. Trying to, then I realise he can't get down there, so I'm going to try to push for this guy because he's almost on full health and he's a very competitive tank. The Absolution is another OP tank for its tier, but you know, up against this Dreadnought, he's not going to be doing too well. Now, oh, just gets behind there. I'm like, okay, he's gonna put a couple of shots into me, and I can't finish him off with one hit. So I'm hoping these guys up behind me will help, but we'll see. He's pushing. He's pushing. Really would not push my tank, to be honest. He did put a shot into me, but I pretty much took most of his health out. Artillery landed the next shot, hoping to take him out, but unfortunately someone else finishes him off. Yeah, he didn't stand much of a chance against us three and an artillery, that's for sure. So I do feel kind of sorry for him. He did get himself into quite a defendable position, which is a smart move, but the pen on this thing is pretty devastating as well. The AP rounds, you know, are pretty good at penning. You got heat as your premium. You got HE, but the damage output of the AP rounds is devastating anyway. So there's not much point in firing HE, to be honest, just because of the chance of hitting spaced armor or something like that, or something in between you and the enemy tank. So you might as well just fire AP. You know, you could definitely have some fun with a HE, because I have got a fair amount of HE loaded just for that occasion. I did consider loading HE at the beginning of the match, because we're facing tier tanks lower than us, and now we're waiting for a shot to get on that guy. He's kind of fallen back, so I start moving again, and then he comes back out again. A bit annoying. Trying to get a shot on this guy. It looks like the enemy's getting all wiped out, so we'll take that shot, thinking it wasn't going to hit. We got almost 4,000 combined, and we actually got 6 kills there. So I'm thinking, oh, mastery, right? No, this isn't a mastery. This is just a first class, guys, because people are having amazing games in this, for obvious reasons, because it is an absolutely devastating tank. Like I said, only weakness, massive long reload. So you got to go with your teammates, which can be annoying at times. Alright, started this game already. We are actually bottom tier in this game. There's not many tier 9s in this game, and there's a fair few tier 8s and quite a few tier 7s as well, so it's not terrible. This guy is just took one hit from me, and now he's sitting there, and I put a second shot into him. No idea why he was just sat out there. And this is where I think it's all over. The enemy's come up behind us, absolutely ripped down the 9-0 line, and of course I've got a super long reload, and I think it's all over. Now we put a shot into that guy, and again this guy can really put some damage into me because he's got a super fast reload and I have got a long reload. Now this T-77 is just, I have no idea what he's doing. He's just drived into the enemy our spawn point, and absolutely got devastated. Crazy times. Don't know what he was doing. Absolutely getting himself wiped out here. And we finish him off. Not sure what he was doing. So there we go. 2 minutes into the game, pretty much, and we've got over 2,000 damage in a bottom tier game. This thing is pretty amazing, and I haven't even fired any premium yet. Yes, okay, I've been firing tier 7s, other tier 7s and a tier 8. And this guy, yeah, so, you know, a bit of an angle there, but too angled. Don't know what he was just sitting there for. The enemy team don't know what they're doing. They're pretty crazy, this enemy team. Hoping to just get the edge on this guy and finish him off, but no, he pulls back. But then he seems to be just driving straight for the 1-2 line, and I'm thinking he's got to cross. He's got to get across here. So unfortunately, he bounced that. A bit of a waste there. and we got hit from behind, and yeah, we're getting that line is completely taken, so I don't really want to get into a shooting match against that. And we get hit on there, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna get hit, we're gonna get finished off. But still not a bad game, right? Over 3,000 damage in a bottom tier game, but actually we don't get finished off. We carry on again. Teams, we managed to pull this back just because the team just don't. A lot of them don't seem to know what they're doing. I've loaded heat because that tier 9 I bounced off of, bit annoying. Guessing that a lot of the enemy tanks that are left will be the tier 9s because they might actually know a bit more what they're doing. Now obviously that push they did on the 9-0 line could have totally worked. It happens quite often. They just didn't have the support really. They just went gung-ho with just like 4 tanks, and they needed a lot more tanks to push and be successful there. So we're now pushing down this way, and now I'm just thinking that tier 9 heavy, it could totally devastate me. My team is actually not too far off equal teams here, to be honest. Kind of, I pull back, not expecting to be pushing. Actually, he was falling back, so I could have got a side shot into him, to be honest. A bit disappointed with that. Waiting for some support here. And we're going to go for it. So I'm not going to get too much more done in this game, unfortunately. Unfortunately my support is only a tier 8 heavy. We've got a push here because we could actually lose this game because we got a medium, a heavy, and a light pushing the enemy team. Oh, and one-shotted that guy. That was absolutely devastating. Yeah, I wasted a heat round on it, but it was loaded, so I had to. Now, I'm thinking this guy's probably wanting to finish someone off before he dies, right? So, I'm probably going to be on the hit list. And of course, we bounce. I think we bounced. Yeah, we bounced. I'm trying to dodge his oncoming fire because he's going to try to finish me off. And he didn't quite. So I was a bit annoyed that I never penned that tier 9, but a great game nonetheless. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.